Mic going. Sorry about that. I always forget to go ahead and put myself on mute. How are you guys doing? I would come on and say my true tellers, but like I said, I'm cutting grass, trying to find out who is the snakes. I'm ready, like I said, it's time for us to get this on board. But guys, I have a lot that I want to go ahead and talk about. I mean, this right here is what I call a very, very sad day. Like I said, everything that I went ahead and I talked about, it all came to pass, So it is what it is. So we're gonna have a show. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and stay on an hour, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I get through everything. I see my girl, she's on it. Starbucks lover. She says, "Welcome everyone to Unapologetic Real Talk. Please go ahead and hit the button on your way in. Join the channel membership for unapologetic content, and you don't want to miss out on the tea." Okay, yes, indeed. Also, my girl is on it. She says, if you want to support this channel, go ahead and Cash App Real Talk 95. Your support is appreciated, but not required. Okay. So, guys, look, I have a lot that I want to go ahead and talk about. I mean, this right here, this is what I call a sad day. I see my girls in the house. She said, Gail France, she says, hi, everyone. Also, she said she did not say anything homophobia. Like I said, I'm going to call it like it is. I'm going to call it like it is. This right here, I'm going to call it like I see it. No offense. I'm going to call it like I see it. Okay. I don't have to say certain things, but we know exactly what you meant. If you're going to go out there and you're going to call somebody gay, and bringing up 20 years of stuff, hey, it is what it is. So Gail has said she did not, let me go ahead and pin it up. She said she did not say anything homophobia. I saw the entire live. I also saw it too. Called my girl misbehaving. Called me and she called me crying, upset, very upset. This right here. This This is a lot, guys, and you all know from day one I've been riding very, very hard for the Scots. Ride very, very hard for the Scots. But like I said, I am team right. I don't pick and choose. Like I said, you guys want to go around and call me a hypocrite. But like I said, if I see Mel do something, I'm gonna call Mel out. If I see Tisha do anything, I'm gonna call Tisha out. And what I see right here, this is a very sad day. So, like I said, hey, in here is real talk, unapologetic. And like I said, we are grown people, and that's real talk. So let me go ahead and continue reading what Gail Francis says. She said, callers need to take action because this whole thing is out of control. The show need a long break. It's a lot. Yes, it is. It is a lot. But like I said, when it comes to the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So let me go ahead and see if I can get this down right here because this is a lot. My girl called me. She called me. She was very upset because this right here has taken an all-time low. An all-time low. So, guys, like I said, if you want to go ahead and cash out, feel free to go ahead and cash out Real Talk 985. You're not obligated, but it is appreciated. Okay. Like I said, everything that I said, it is all coming to pass. All coming to pass. All coming to pass. I know who I am. Okay. I know exactly who I am. Also, that's what I was saying. I was going to go ahead and put this on right here. That's what's going to be on my thumbnail, a tick for attack. And I do not like to see it. You are absolutely right. It's a tick for attack. We're going to talk about all this. Well, let me go ahead and do my disclaimer because, like I said, I do not know these people from a can of paint. To me, all this right here is alleged. And I'm not going to even say entertainment purpose only. I'm going to say alleged because this is what I call a very, very sad day. A very sad day. Okay, so let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer. It's under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And guys, like I said, everything that I say, it always comes to pass. Okay, I already saw a train wreck. Always saw a train wreck. Always. But like I said, when it comes to these people have sold their soul for almighty dollars. And we're going to go ahead and get into all that right there. But before I get into it, I also want to go ahead and talk about this breaking news that I see on CNN, where they say the CEO murder suspect, he was denied bail. And also, this is my first time ever saw an angry white man. So let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and pull that up because that's my first time ever seen an angry white man. And they got him. He was angry. He was fighting and everything else. But I bet you one thing, he didn't have a scar or a scratch on him. But also, I also want to share, guys, make sure once I get off of this right here, I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff on my thumbnail. I'm going to put some stuff on my thumbnail because I want you guys to know exactly who I am. Like I already said there and say, I don't need anyone to go out there and sit there and tell my story. Who can tell it better than I can? One thing that about me, my life is an open book. And you come for me, I promise you, come for me with the cyberbullying and all the stuff that you guys are out there sitting there saying that you got, do it. Like I said, my life is the open book. I have nothing to hide. But when you come for me, you better be ready. You better be ready. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post, because I had did a live, I think it was like a couple of months ago. I had, some of my people, from my hometown to come on, so they can, talk about my character. But like I said, I live in a very, 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 very small town, like very small town. And trust me, you come and mess with mama, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Okay. You're going to be in something that you will not be able to swim out. Like I said there and say, I don't take threats lightly. Not over this right here, over this reality show. And I'm not a part of anyone's tribe. Not a part of anyone's tribe. I ride alone. And sometimes you have to be set apart. I mean, when it comes to social media is a beast. People inject themselves in things and loose lips, and I mean, over people that they don't know. And like I said there and say, we can't just call out the millimeters now, because now, like I said, they are being exposed. If I'm going to go ahead and call out the millimeters, then I also have to call out whatever, tribal that they wanted to go ahead and put us in a box. I might as well to go ahead and call that out as well, because we know better. It's no better. It's no better. I'd rather know that you're a snake than sit there and hide in sheep clothing. I'd rather know that. But like I said there and say, I come from a whole house of military brats, whole house. And my life is not fake. The ones that know me, they know exactly what's going on. But I have nothing to hide. Now, I understand when my girl was talking about, sharing her life. Let your life be an open book. Let your life be an open book. I live in a very, very, very small town. I have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Everything in my town, like I said there and say, family, friends. And anyone that tries to go out there and try to dox me, go ahead and dox me. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be really shocked. Go ahead and dox me. I was good to my community. We got people that want something for nothing. I talked about all that. But the last person, like I said there and say, when you try to go out there and you dox me, you better make sure everything is legit when it's in your house. Everything is legit. Because I promise you, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure that I get that information to my family, okay? Like I say, everything over here, honey, it's legit. I live a very, very, very soft life, okay? And that's real talk. So enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and post it on my community tab. I'm also going to post my sons. I have 2 sons and I also have 1 daughter. Okay, 2 sons and 1 daughter. All of them straight out of high school. Well, my daughter went to college, but then she went straight into the military. Okay, and now they are very, very successful. I will go ahead and I post that if that's anything that you guys want to know. My sister, she also is the chief assistant police right here in my hometown. So, like I said, come and dox me, and I promise you, it will get to them. And like I said, my mods, the ones that I'm close to, the people that I'm close to on these YouTube streets, they know exactly who I am. Okay, I have nothing to hide. I don't fake it till I make it. This right here is real, unapologetic. Okay. So also, I might be butchering your name. I don't know if it's Yena Mercer. She say, hi, Lady D and gentlemen. Okay, guys. So with all that being said, I want to go ahead and show you this right here. I saw on CNN. I finally saw an angry, as you can see right here, an angry white man. Okay, right here it says the suspect CEO killer fights extradition to. Hold on, let me exit this page right here. Popped up these ads. Oh shoot, man! I'm so sorry, guys, but let me see if I can see it right here, quick. Right here it says a suspect CEO killer. Well, let me see if I can pull it up again. Okay, it kicked me out. So I hope I don't freeze. But I know yesterday I did have freeze, but the weather was bad yesterday. So let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up again. So right here it says the suspect CEO killer fight extradition to New York. So he was fighting his way out. I don't know why he was fighting his way out. Okay, but right here it says that the prosecutor have 30 days to get a warrant to force extradition. A Pennsylvania judge denied bail in the meantime. So this right here, this is the guy that went ahead and unalived that CEO. Okay, so let me go ahead and get out of that because I don't want to be buffing with all these different sites. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the nitty gritty. Okay, so again, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bump up on my community tab of my story, because like I said, if anybody wants to know anything about me, my life is an open book. My life is an open book. I talked about my business. I talked about everything, how everything had transpired. So, like I said, my life is an open book. So no one can hold anything over me. I don't hide behind a camera. I am who I am. Okay. I don't jump from everybody's channel because that's not who I am. And I'm not, like I said, I say what I say. And after that, to me, it's over, okay? But let me go ahead and get into all this right here, which I did read my copyright disclaimer. So I want to go ahead and talk about this right here. Last night, my girl, she told me to go ahead and watch Call Us King, where I think they call it, still calling it Messy Monday, okay? And Tisha, she came in, maybe in the middle part, and I mean, like I said, this right here to me, it was a sad day. I just didn't see, I just couldn't see that Tisha came out and did something like that. I will see if it was Marcel, if Marcel would have done stuff like that. Like I said, some of my stuff that I talked about is all came to pass. All came to pass. I already sat there and told you guys when it comes to Mel and Martell, they may be fighting each other, but these are two peas in a pot. I already had told you guys way before now. They went ahead and dropped this nugget last night that when it comes to Martell, that his DV or RP or whatever that was is dismissed, is charged. I told you guys that. I told you guys that. In Fairwear, when the both of them go, they going, dealing with family, learning how, I guess, to be co-parents or something like that. But Melody, at the end of the day, and Martell, those two are business partners. Those two are business partners. And like I said, all this right here is alleged, and it is my opinion. When I call it, you can take it to the bank. Those two are business partners. When they were still married, they was in and out, most likely doing whatever they wanted to do. But at the end of the day, when it's time for business, they'll put all that foolish side stuff away and they will come together. And I think that when it comes to Tisha, I think that they went ahead and they set Tisha up. I absolutely think that Tisha was set up, because when it comes to Marcia, when they was at that little event, whatever they had, that little field day event, Tisha was sitting in between her husband's leg when Martell had thrown all that stuff in her face. And I don't need to sit there and keep repeating myself, because you guys saw the same show that I saw. They didn't say not one mumbling word at that time. One thing that I know, now you can call me old or whatever you want to go ahead and call me, but when you fight, you don't wait, get up, and then you leave the scene and you think about it, and then you come back with swinging. It does not work like that. If Tisha had all that information, she should have said it when Martell was firing at her. They should have brought it all out. But when you go back and you think about it, then you go on Messy Monday and talk about it, then, like I say, it carries no weight. It carries no weight. And you cannot sit there and say, oh, you being hard on Tisha. No, I've been riding for Tisha since the beginning. And when I saw this last night, and when I saw my girl call me crying last night, because like I said, we have gotten so knee deep in this right here where, this is a hot mess just to see our own people will sell their soul. Just like I said last week, every day for a bowl of beans. But you guys, yes, I'm going to say it. You guys going to have to give me credit, because when I've been calling this right here, I was spot on. Tell me right now what I said that did not come to pass. Carlos King had put it out that when it comes to Melody and Marcel, they make good chemistry. They wasn't worrying about Tisha's feelings. They was not worrying about Tisha's feelings. Because if Carlos would had came out and told Dr. Heavenly and told every last person that watched his platform that Marcel and Melody, they make good chemistry, that says a lot how they feel for Tisha. Tisha got more to lose than what Marcel have, because according to the information that these people put out, Marcel is riding off of Tisha's credit. Marcel is riding off of Tisha anointing. And if Tisha sat there and kick him out, what you think would happen? That's why I sat there and say, is it worth it? Is it worth it to put your marriage out there for other people to pick it apart? Because first of all, these people, don't matter what you say, these people are fair weather people. These people love drama. They thirst off of drama. That's why they can come on and sit there and just have a very loose lip. They're not worrying about getting to the bottom of all this right here. All they looking for drama. And we already know how everybody feels about the Scotts. They're not going to turn on Melody. I already told you, even Carlos King. Carlos King is not going to turn on Melody. I don't give a care if he put the ball in the Scott's hand. He's putting the ball in the Scott's hand because this ship is sinking. He know good and well when it comes to Melody and Martell, he gave them 7 years. So to keep the money going, so I'm going to decide, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in the Scott's hands. Like I said there and say, all this right here is strictly business. We talked about it yesterday when it comes to how we see all of them coming in and talking about the show and you know, talking about these people, but still telling you to watch the show. These people are getting paid. And if they're not getting paid, trust me, they're getting something. But no way in the world that I would sell my soul, put my family out there for a bowl of beans. No way that I would do it, especially when I have other businesses outside of this reality show. Hey, awesomely, thank you for coming in. She said, facts, Marcel is riding on Tisha's credit. Marcel is the real insecure person. Absolutely. He showed us his insecurity. Hey, Sparkers, I see Sparkers in the house, and I apologize yesterday. I didn't see your link when you wanted to come up. I did see at the end when I had was reading some of the comments. And yes, I want to go ahead and talk about all this. And also, I would like to go ahead and, you know, and get your input put when it comes to all this homophobia. Yes, I call it homophobia. Like I said, a lot of people they like to run with your talking points. That's why I went ahead and I private my video, and I say I was going to go ahead and release my thumbnail later on, but they must have saw that when I had put on homophobia. Yes, it's homophobia. It is. Because even if, just say Martell, and I didn't want to talk about it right now, but just say if Martell in college, you know, he experienced when it comes to gay or whatever. Like I said there, say, is it a crime? This man, look, he was single. So I want to know if gay is frowned upon or is accepted. Because we can't pick and choose. So in a minute, when you see what you call a heterosexual man heard some things in his past, oh, he's a gay man, and then you want to make fun of it. It doesn't make no sense to me. Like I said, they say, if you want to sit there and say we accept everybody, love is love, then when you hear some rumors like that, you want to sit there, you want to beat it like an old dirty dish rag, make it make sense. To me, I call it homophobia. I call it homophobia. But getting back to what I was talking about, when they was on their field day, when Marcel was sitting there, not Marcel, Martell was saying all the stuff about Tisha, how pretty much, she was passed around. Was that wrong? Yes, it was wrong. But now Martell is on defense. Martell been fighting for his character, his reputation from day one, been on attack. And everything that they threw at Martell, he was able to fight it, but he had to go through pure hell, just like when he went to my business, from the pit to the palace. When people sat there and they make these false accusations against you, you got to go through the process, but it's not easy. And this man been fighting for day one. From day one, for his character, the serial cheater. Men cheat, but yet to him, it was abomination. And when it comes to the RP, you guys ran on that till you couldn't run it on it no more. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the RP. Let's talk about the RP. And like I said, all this right here is my opinion, and everything is alleged. So let's go ahead and talk about the RP, because I promise you, when I said it's going to come to pass, okay? So I apologize, guys. Let me go ahead and get this out before I read some of the comments. Mods, go ahead and address any questions. I see Miss Barker says Tisha and Marcia are gasping at straws. Tisha is in a loves less marriage. Marcia is a messy, lame man. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you exactly how I saw it. And like I said, when I get my information, trust me, I don't have to go from platform to platform. Once I get off of this right here, I click off. But how I see it when the prophetess calls it, okay? When it comes to the RP, I'm going to tell you exactly how I saw it in the spirit. And all this right here is my opinion. They wanted to run with that story. When it comes to Tisha, the girl Carson Blue was Tisha's stylist. I've been a cosmetologist for almost 40 years. And when a client sat in the chair, it's like we are their therapists. And people that are cosmetologists, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Because, if you've been to cosmetology school or you've been in business, your clients, when they come, they tells you a lot of stuff. So when it came to that RP, I truly believe that's why they were showing clips. Now listen to what I say, because hey, anyone that's been following me, they know, like I said, 99% when I say something, it come to pass. Now when Carson Blue, and this is my opinion, all this is alleged. Most likely, like I said, I don't know, but if Ariane had talked it to her, she went ahead most likely and repeated it to Tisha. Okay? So when Ariane had talked to a blogger, which I don't understand why she did it, but like I said, it was trying to open the door to get Ariane in. They was trying to make it a storyline. They didn't know that it was going to be so messy. So when Ariane was talking, and this is how I see it in the spirit, when Ariane was talking to the blogger was recording her at the same time. That's why you have to be careful who you interact with. And she put all that information out, and that's why everything just went totally left, okay? With the RP and all this other stuff. Not knowing that, most of this stuff was made up, was a part of a storyline, because they know if you're going to feed information, the best place to feed it is to where? To the bloggers. They all do that. They got rid of Kiki for talking to bloggers, but yet they did the same thing. And you guys wondering why the blogger went ahead and took all the stuff off of her channel? Well, it was a reason why she did that, because you do not call, when people call you, you do not record their conversation without their knowledge. You have to tell them, look, I am recording you, and they have to agree to it. If they don't agree to it, that is a crime, okay? So that's how the RP went ahead and took legs, okay? And like I said, when it comes to all that stuff with the RP, oh, Melody held on that for 2 years. Melody knew about that as well. But she held on it for so long. And like I said, when she went ahead and she released it to the police or the authority, she did not want it to get Martell in trouble. But she also didn't want it Ariane on it. She didn't want it to open that door for Ariane. So now I came out, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And I told you guys that those charges was dropped, and I told you exactly how I saw it in the spirit. You guys was arguing, and I saw them making videos when Melody, and this is how I see it in the spirit, and all this right here is my opinion, when she went to the DA. Melody went and she dropped those charges. And that's why in Fairware, it's going to be all about co-parent family custody. That's what it's all going to be about. But to get back when it comes to Marcel, you could see that Marcel would throw his entire life, because he done got bit off of fame and fortune, as if these people like you. But it's so hard when you sit there and see Marcel is throwing his wife in the mix. Because a real man, they're not going to wait and go home. And see, that's the part that you guys don't see. A real man is not going to go home and think about it and then have his wife to come on and talk about what had happened. A real man is not going to do that. A real man going to address the issues right there. That's just to show you now, like I said, I was very upset with Stormy. But see, like I said, when it comes to these people know these people better than what we know. We looking from the outside in. These people interact with each other. I was upset with Stormy, and still, because I don't believe emasculating a black man. A black man been through so much. But when Stormy went ahead and called Marcel a B, she hit it on the nail. She hit it. Because like I said, I don't curse. But that was a B move. That was a BA move. Because if you didn't handle it right then why you handling it once you get away from him? That showed you that you were scared of Martell. Because Martell said whatever he had to say about your wife in your face. And you didn't say not a mumbling word. Even Kimmy went ahead and called him out. He started playing in Kimmy's hair. Kim said that and said, no, that was not right. That was not right. And I started to put my thumbnail, a tick for attack. But I'm here to tell you, because when I say something, you can take it to the bank. And I don't even have to say that no more. Because when I said, trust me, I promise you're going to hear it again. Tisha was set up. Tisha was set up. But the sad thing about it is that when you got the enemy within, when you laying on the side of the real enemy, because I told you guys from day one, I say the outsiders cannot, didn't I say that? The outsiders cannot tear down Tisha and Marcel's marriage. The only ones that can tear down Tisha and Marcel's marriage is themselves. Didn't I say that? Sometimes you are laying on the side of the devil. And I'm not saying that he's the devil, but we allow the devil to get us because of how the devil gets into you. He gets you what tempts you the most. Fame and fortune. He gets you right there. And if these people already got so many different businesses that set up, why are they on this minstrel show? That's all it is, buffoonery, a minstrel show. Why? Like I said, when it comes to Martell don't have too much to lose. Yes, he builds. Yes, he do all that. But when it comes to Tisha, according to what they put out, Tisha does not have 1 degree. Tisha has 3 degrees. Tisha has 2 masters and 1 bachelor's. And I'm pretty sure she got very good credit. If she says she owned 80% of that business. But why, Tisha? Why? That's all I'm asking. Why? Because like I said there and say, in here is unapologetic real talk. No way in the world I would have came out with stuff like that if I didn't handle it right there. That wouldn't even hold in a court of law. Because just say right now, somebody come and punch me, and I didn't do anything. But I went home, I thought about it, then I came back. And I went ahead and did what I needed to do. I went and fired back. It doesn't work like that. If you are in a boxing ring, just say we in a boxing ring, and I decide, okay, let's stop it all. And I'm going to come back the next day. I'm going to finish it off. Oh, now you got a second breath. That's just like what the devil do. Once you clean out your house, you kick the devil out and you let him back in. He's going to come back 7 times worse. And that's exactly what you saw Tisha do. Tisha came back 7 times worse than before. You even went viral. This is the first time Tisha ever went viral for tearing down. Why? Why? And like I said there and say, guys, in here is real talk. I got to stand on my truth. Why? And I'm pretty sure if Tisha knew that Martell was having sex with boys in college, that says a lot about your husband. Because they all used to hang together. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. That's why you have to be careful who you let in your circle. Because sometimes when you let these unequal yoke people in your circle, when mad day come, they'll tear the entire house down. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's what you see right now. You see mad day now, they're going to tear the entire house down. But that says a lot about you, Martell. It makes me look at you funny because you all was riding together. So if Martell was liking guys, then that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. And now you guys coming on all hype. Oh, look, Melody said too. Melody said that Martell was gay. Allegedly, it's not their word verbatim. I can't, but it's to the fact. Melody did come out calling them queen or whatever, showing us the stuff that Melody did. All you seen is showing what Melody did. But that also says a lot about Melody because Melody wanted to tear the entire house down. She wanted to set that man on fire for that hook and the curve. So quite obvious, he must be touching some type of spots, even though she say he never gave her a big O, but she sure was fighting for it. Melody sure was fighting for it. We saw many clips of Melody with lighter fluid, with a torch, pulling up plants. Some say throwing knives in the wall over that D. So quite obvious, it must was some good D. So now all of a sudden, you guys you tagged you tagged in Martell from day one. Now that they went ahead and most likely, allegedly, went ahead and dropped that RP because we already know that that was just trumped up. We already know it was trumped up. So now, we need to find something else to get him with. So let's go ahead and touch that. He was gay. But that says a lot about Melody, because that means that she was a beard. That means she was a beard. So that says a lot about her. But the thing that I don't understand is, guys, why when Mad Day, we want to sit there, we want to tear the entire house down? That's the part that I don't understand. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But when it comes to Tisha was duped. They set her up. I truly believe, and that is my opinion. And that's nothing that you can do about it. They set her up. Because one thing about Tisha was carrying her crown very well. Very well. And I always tell you guys, and I'm going to tell you right here, you can go outside and walk buck naked if you're already out there in the world. Nothing said. But the minute when you try to live an uprighteous life, the smallest thing that you do is going to blow up. The minute when Tisha said what she said, it blew up because they didn't want them because they already out there. The devil wanted Tisha. That's who he wanted. He wanted to prove Tisha as guilty before the entire world. That's what he wanted to do. And now we got Miss Wanda out there trying to, and everybody else trying to clean it up. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Give it a rest. Give it a break. And I don't care if these people are getting paid or whatever. Leave it alone. What Tisha and Marcia need to do is hire them a PR. Get them the right team. Just like Melody. Melody has a very good PR and she has a good fan base. And that's exactly what Tisha needs. Don't come out there and try to defend yourself, because whatever you say is going to be used against you. Because like I said, they set her up. Carlos King asked Tisha, say alleged. He knew exactly what's going on. He loved it. He said, say alleged. And she said, no. She said, no. Why? Why? The only way that you would know that if you was actually in the same room. If I was not in the same room with Martell when he was having sex with men or boys, if I was not in that room, everything would have been alleged unless I was there. So my question is to you, Tisha, was you guys there? Because like I said, we live in a world, man, any and everything goes. Was you all there to see stuff like that? That's my question. That's my question. All I can see right now, guys, I told you what the Spirit had told me. There will be a surge of lawsuits. And nobody is not going to allow you guys to keep assassinating their character. People are not going to allow you to do that. They're not going to allow you to keep sitting there and every time you look, they throw this at Martell. They throw that at Martell. Why? 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 And then the thing about it is that you guys want to fight so hard trying to assassinate Martell's character. But Martell was not the one was putting your foot to the fire. Martell was not the one going out there and finding women to sit there and say they slept with your husband. Martell is not the one that got your cousin to come in through the back door. But you guys go ahead and give Melody slack. Make it make sense. All the stuff that was happening to in your life when it comes to the show, it was through Melody. But yet you guys sitting there wants to glorify her. What did Martell do? The only thing that I know that Martell did when it came to their marriage, to the Scott's marriage, was to talk about the 20 women that Marshall was with. And then he turned around and he apologized We never ever saw Melody apologize for anything. We never. Like I said there and say, guys, what show are you guys watching? What show are you guys watching? Because we cannot pick and choose just because we like a person. I like Tisha. I like Tisha. But just like I love my children. If my children is doing wrong, I'm going to call my children out. And what Tisha did, that was very low. And the reason why it went viral is because they wanted you. They wanted to prove you guilty. They wanted to take your crown that you had and they wanted to tilt it. And you gave them exactly what they wanted. They set you up. And I wouldn't put it past, and this is my opinion, that Melody and Martell, and I'm going to say Marcia as well, they all was in it together, used that child for their entertainment purpose. They used that child because, like I said, the devil does not want them. They played out. They played out. They wanted fresh meat. And Tisha gave them exactly what they wanted. And I understand that all this right here is for entertainment. You know, these people getting paid. But is it worth it? Is it worth it? But the thing about it is that we want to go out there and we want to make sure we pull up all Martell's dirt. But Martell was not the one that was making your life a living hell. Martell was not the one that's sitting there going to YouTubers, giving them information, talking about your husband. Martell was not the one doing that. And when he did it, when you called him out, he stopped. But why you give Melody a pass? Make it make sense. Like I said there and say, all of them in it together. But they're using Tisha as the sacrificial lamb. That's sad. That's sad. And like I said, you know, in here is real talk. This is what I call an all-time low. An all-time low. Because if you had information that was 20 years ago and you guys been on this show for 8 seasons, why now? And even if he wanted to experience that, we live right now in the world where, you know, we call good evil good. We don't know what is real and what is not real anymore. So if he wanted to experience in college with other men, I'm asking yourself, is it a crime? Because if it wasn't a crime, why would you even bring it up? Why would you even bring it up? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And we cannot keep going around and sitting there calling one person out and we can't call the other person out. We can't go around fighting this person, doxing and stalking and harassing. Because it makes us no better. It makes us no better. Especially when people putting themselves in something that they have no business putting themselves in. Even talking about me. Oh, they got a boatload of information on me. Like I say, do what you got to do. So if we want to talk about other people doxing, we know different. We know different. We know different. And that's why people can stand behind their computer day in and day out, never show their face that much. Because like I said, we got a lot of people are computer thugs. They trolls. They thirst after this. But guys, like I said, this right here got to stop. This got to stop. And now they sitting there saying that when it comes to Carlos King going down there, what the hell you could do, Carlos King? Hey, You the one living in the high-rising apartments or mansion and got these people sitting there trying to break their neck for a few crumbs. So what could you do, Carlos King? You had a chance many a times to stop this. You went down there and you went and crowned Melody, made her head bigger than what it already is. I would have went down there, like I say all the time, I would have took a pin and bust that bubble head. But no, he went and he bowed down and he put a crown and a sash on Melody. You already saw this train wreck. People already was making videos after videos trying to tell you exactly what's going on your show. But you wait till all this stuff sit there and come out before you sit there and put a stop to it. It's too late. It's already out there in the atmosphere. It's too late. The damage already have been done. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to see more people depressed, suicidal. If something happens, just say if something happened to that man, then you're going to be accountable for it. The blood is going to be on your hands. Just like when it came to Kiki. Why would I want to even sit there and ride for someone that pretty much put my family in harm's way? And then when felt like they couldn't use my family, they threw her out like disposable goods. No, disposable trash. Not goods, trash. And then before you know it, you're hearing that she's now unalive. Make it make sense. And then you guys want to go out there and run and say that Martell was filming Ariane in a closet naked because of her butt. Ariane came on and say, honey, ain't nothing fake about her. But we did saw, when it came to Melody, we saw Melody butt sagging. Must be showing what she went ahead and did. And I'm going to say allegedly, because I don't know these people. But these people signed up for this. These people signed up for this right here, this minstrel show. But like I said there and say, you can't come out and sit there and thinking that you're going to pull up the kitchen sink to throw at someone when you couldn't handle it when you was in that room. And now you want to go ahead and you want to emasculate him. Then that makes you no different. Because we already know when it comes to the black man, they love to emasculate. They love to put their foot on a black man's neck. And if they can sit there and attach him to being gay, you know they love that. Because like I say, we live in a world that love his own. This is a world what I call a perverted spirit. But like I said there and say, Melody at the time didn't think he was gay. And I sure know Ariane don't think he's gay because she can't get enough of it. So quite obvious, you know, they love it. So if they love it, we should be tickled to death. We should be tickled to death. But we got to be careful of the words that come out of our mouth, because words are spells. That small tongue that's in your mouth can set an entire forest on fire. You heard about that. That small tongue that's in your mouth can sink an entire ship. We have to be careful what comes out of our mouth, because that's life and death that's in the power of the tongue. And sometimes there's no returning. There's no returning. But like I said there and say, if you want to go out there and call Martell gay, then you might as well have sat there and call your husband as well, because they always hanging together. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. And we already know When it comes to Marcia breast was hanging down to his daggone stomach, where most likely he had to put a strap. But I'm not trying to body shame him. But like I said there and say, ain't nobody got room to talk about nobody. But if anybody I would have came on, I would have came after the person that sat there and made my life a living hell from day one. I couldn't get no rest. That's the one that I should have came after. But now, guys, you guys been throwing stuff after Martell from day one. Martell, like I say, he have done some crazy stuff. Martell have done some stuff. But most likely now that he's on a defensive mode because you guys sitting there don't want to let up off of this man. Even Jesus rest. Even God rest on the 7th day. You guys don't want to give it a rest. I don't know who is the ones that's trying to write these scripts. Like I say, Carlos King, put me on the payroll. Put me on the payroll. Because if you trying to put the show back into the Scott's lap, you're not going to be able to put it down by tearing down other people or doing the same thing that was already done. We don't want to see that no more. We don't want to see another marriage go through what we saw the Holts went through. We don't want to see that no more. We don't want to see no more broken families. We don't want to see that no more. We want to see Black excellence. We want to see Black entrepreneurs coming together and building in their community. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see no more trash. We don't want to see no more of that. But I promise you, if you go after Melody, you might as well go after Martell. And if you go after Martell, you might as well go after Melody. Because all this stuff that they're showing you on TV is just a united front. These people laughing all the way to the bank. And they threw all this stuff out because they want you guys to tune into this stuff. Carlos King already came out. These people come on and entertain you guys on a Saturday night. And then he stressed Saturday to show you guys ain't got no life. Most people, they out on a Saturday. Where are we? Sitting in front of a television watching other people's life. That's what Carlos King pretty much wanted to tell you guys, but it went over your head. And you can't sit there and say, oh, just old people is sitting on a soapbox. These young ones sitting on a soapbox well. You should be out there touching grass, enjoying your life. That's just to show you guys, these people are very miserable, unhappy trolls. And that's why they don't know how to separate a reality show from these people's personal life. They don't know how to put it on track where we can enjoy this show like Real Housewives of Atlanta. We didn't get all into these people's personal business. We didn't go out there and stalk and harass and dox these people on Real Housewives of Atlanta because you're not going to do that in these white folks' house. We only tear down each other. I thought, because, it was Black network. It was Black owners, Black producers, Black. I thought we was going to do better because who can tell our story better than us? That's just to show you guys we got a lot of work to do within ourselves. We got a lot of work to do within ourselves. And we can't go around and attacking and harassing. We can't do that. Because like I said, these people put their life out there. We ain't talking about children. We're talking about grown-ups. Put their life out there for the entire world to go ahead and pick it apart. And just because it does not turn out the way that you want to turn it out, then you want to get upset, you want to get mad. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And that's real talk. So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. I see Sirens, Santras. I'm going down, guys. checking your boot. It's the same, sis. That's my opinion, but we can let this show get us angry about this. We agree to disagree. It's a show for us to discuss. Absolutely. And we need to go ahead and get back on track because, like I say, these people only show us just a snippet of their life. Also, where else Martell is wrong for calling Letitia B is not breaking the law, but Letitia break the law slandering Martell. They said guys can come vouch that here say not evidence. So that's absolutely right. Martell can talk as much as he want, much as he want. If you don't handle it right then and there, if I'm in your face, I can say whatever I want to say. But when you go behind a person back, that's slander. Because if Tisha would have told Martell about having sex in college with boys, I'm pretty sure that Martell would have came back. So they can't sue each other because, it's like a tick for tack. You can't sue me. But once you sat there, you go and you leave the scene and you go on a major platform and then you sitting there putting out these allegations, then yes, Martell could come and sue you. Martell could come and sue you. But what Martell said to your face, if you didn't say a mumbling word, all we heard was crickets, 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 crickets. That was your opportunity. Put up or shut up. That's what y'all say in the streets, right? Put up or shut up. But Martell didn't say, Marcia didn't say anything because he was a coward. Yes, you was a coward. You was a coward because no way in the world that I would have put my wife into the lion's den. I wouldn't have did that. Marcel had disrespect Tisha so many times. And that's why we got a hurt woman can walk around thinking that she's a strong woman because you guys put her on a pedestal by tearing down everybody else. What man that you know going to tell his wife that she's jealous of another woman? That'll tear your self-esteem down right there on a national television show where millions of people watch. What man going to tell his wife on national TV that she's jealous of another woman? That tears your self-esteem down. What man that you know is going to have lunch and go and hang out with the same person that made your life a living hell? What person that you know that this woman that your husband is hanging out got a dark soul? You might be beautiful on the outside, but you have a very dark soul. You are evil. Mel, where did you get that information from? How do you know? Prove that my husband is cheating. She don't have to prove because most likely she's right there. She's right there. So most likely, and I'm saying allegedly, this is my opinion. Go and watch some of the videos that I made. If I'm constantly accusing your husband of cheating and nobody ever came forth, then maybe it might be me. And this is my opinion. Maybe it might be me. And you still allowing your husband to film with Melody, still allowing that. But I promise you, I would love to see Tisha and Martell filming with each other. I would love to see that. I promise you it would never happen. Because when it comes to Marcel, he's a narcissist as well. And that's my opinion. He's not going to allow that to happen because he wouldn't be able to handle it. He would lose it. But he expect all the stuff that he throw on Tisha. Tisha's supposed to just suck it up. Just like I talked about yesterday. How he went out there and got a vasectomy without telling his wife? What man does that? What man does that? What man that you know going to walk around without his rings on and tell you the reason why it does not mean anything to him? Your ring symbolizes your unity, your covenant. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Like I said, this is nothing but a maestro show. All we watching right now is a maestro show. And let's go ahead and talk about this right here. We're going to talk about, I've been saying from day one, how Melody came in Miss Wanda's business. Not Miss Wanda's business, in Destiny business. Killed two birds with one stone. Went out there and put Miss Wanda out there. And the business, not because of Martell, the business, from what I saw, the reason why it was not on the ground is because Melody, in front of her fans and the entire world that watches this show, came out and said that Miss Wanda's food was nasty. That's bad business, because we already know that Miss Wanda, she's licensed, she her business is operating. She already showed us her LLC. But what did Melody do? That was Miss Wanda's opportunity to get her food truck on the ground. But what did Melody do? She said the food is nasty. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to throw the kitchen sink at Martell, then you might as well go ahead and throw it at Melody. That's why I said there and say, we can't pick and choose. We can't pick and choose. And I also talked about when Melody was the first person that called her husband out gay. That says a lot about Melody. That says a lot about Melody. But what I say, when it comes to all this right here, I think that Tisha, in order for her to, get out there, I think, she just going to have to, have her mom focus on your cooking show. Don't even talk about this, because we already see these people. I mean, these people are like thirsty vultures. I mean, come out there thirsty when they get a little information. Some of these people, like I said, Miss Wanda just don't see what's really going on. Miss Wanda was on that show. These people look at Miss Wanda as a celebrity, even if she's not on that show. And the reason why they're connecting to Wanda, these people are addicted to this reality show. And I just wish Miss Wanda would see this. Miss Wanda focused on her reality show. On her food truck of her cooking food. Because I even bought Miss Wanda's season. I was ready for them to have a cooking show. I wouldn't even come and talk about my daughter. Because if you sit there and say, my daughter said, when it's time to go to court, I promise you, they're going to use that right there. And we can't say, oh, they go about, he say, they don't do that. Yes, they do. I'm a living witness. When it came to my business, they'll go by he say, she say, until you go through the process. But who want to spend bad money? Who wants to go through the process to clear your name? Because they're going to use a he say. Today they do that. They don't care. Especially when they want to tear you down. And this is my platform. This is my opinion. I don't jump on nobody's channel and tell them how to spin their narrative or do their commentary. But if I was Miss Wanda, I would disassociate myself from every last one of them, because these people are fans. These people are fans. These people does not have her best interest. And if they do, Miss Wanda do come on, don't even talk about your daughter. Don't even talk about your daughter. Let your daughter hire her PR because now, like I said, Call is King looking for the Scots to breathe life in that sinking ship. He's looking for the Scots. So if he's looking for the Scots, and now, like I say, all eyes is on the Scots now, then Tisha, you're going to have to hire you a PR. That's the only way. Don't come on and sit there and just say what I think. Hire you a PR to speak for you. Or when you come on and you do interviews, you would know exactly what's going on because they was putting you in the crossfire. They was putting you in the crossfire. And you guys might sit there and say, oh, I don't see it. Yes, I see it. They set her up. I see that they set her up. And the reason why they set her up, because like I said, her light was shining so bright. They couldn't take that because they looked at Melody as the breakout star. They couldn't get Tisha through her marriage. They tried with her family, everybody. They've been after Tisha from day one and they couldn't get her. But like I told her, they got her through her husband. That's how I told you guys that. See, y'all guys be thinking I'll be talking. Y'all guys be sitting there just think, oh, Lady D just be talking. Oh, and you wondering why my channel gets struck. You wondering why people are telling their subscribers to unsubscribe to me, don't watch a channel, but yet they there. Because I promise you, you're going to see just like last time, the other day when I was talking about when it came to Bell Collective, they weren't even talking about all the stuff. But when I started talking, they started talking. Every time when I started talking about stuff, they'd start talking about it. My mods told me yesterday to go ahead and hide my my thumbnail. This morning, they showed me, they talking about Tisha was homophobia. You see, they'll run with your talking points. I got the right people here, even though I got 56 people, only 24 likes, but that's all right because we got a bunch of snakes. We got a bunch of slithering snakes. That's why I said there and said, go and unsubscribe. You think I care? You unsubscribe, then I might get paid because my subscribers is not matching with my viewers. So if I got 6,000 subscribers and only no more than on a good day 1,000 viewers, then what that means? If I get down to 1,000 subscribers and get even close to 1,000 viewers, I'm gonna make some money because I make money on my other channel, but I don't make no money on this channel. But like I said there and say, don't sell your soul for a bowl of beans. You guys need to get a good PR team. And I understand, Miss Wanda. I'm a mother. I understand. Nobody want nobody to talk about their children. But we also can't put ourselves out there because these people, like I said, they are a bunch of vultures. These people are a bunch of wolves in sheep clothing. They don't care about you. They want that information so they can run on, oh, exclusive. We know where exclusive got Tasha K. Exclusive got a $4 million judgment over Tasha K's head. And I promise you, you talking about going around, oh, I got a boatload of information. Well, I'm letting you know, I'm going to post my children. Okay? I'm going to post my children because ain't no lying over here. People that knows me, I shared my life too. They know my life is legit. I'm not a troll. And if you think that, oh, the boatload of stuff that you coming after me that's dealing with my business, I talked about it. I had freaking 72 counts on me, felony counts on me. 72 over my business because every person that was working in my business that didn't want it nothing wanted to go out there and steal time. But I sat there and I rode that like a doggone horse and dropped every last bit of it because I know when it came to my business, I ran a God-fearing business. I had my own CPA. I had my own billing. And I know it. I had every T cross and every I dot. So you ain't got no boatload of information on me because my life is an open book. Okay? And I have no felony charges on me. None. The ones that came on me, they the one had got in jail or whatever. They are the ones that sat there dying out from messing with me. So miss me with the bull that you got a boatload of information. Because the last person came to me, honey, trust me, they were swimming out of it. So don't sit there and say, oh, I got all this information, or I got a boatload of information on her. My life is an open book. My life is an open book. And the only ones sat there and tried to sabotage my business is my own people, because the white people, Lord, I hate to say it, they went to work. They went to work. But when it came to my home health, these people claimed they was in the house, but was not even in the house. That's considered as still in time. I wasn't seeing no clients. So you're not going to attach it to me. Like I say, people will put you in the lion's den. But God put me from the pit to the palace. So everything that they did for me, they had to give me 7 times back what was taken to me. Because no way in the world, I would never, ever steal from myself, my own business. And also, when you get that boatload of information, tell them how I had 18-wheelers going into my community, feeding the homeless, different towns. Make sure they tell you that as well. I'm going to bump the video up so you guys can see. I ain't got nothing to hide. And then as you ask it, make sure you tell them that every last one of my sons are successful. Make sure you tell them that. So when you start digging into my information, you're going to dig in something that it's not going to be able to get out. Because my whole house is military brats. And from military brats to the attorney general. So like I said, mess with my children. When you mess with me, you mess with their mama, you're going to have hell on hot wheels, because they don't play when it comes to their mama. You'll be wondering why everything is sitting there being combed through in your own house. And I live in a very, very, very small town. So I ain't got nothing to hide. So when you dox me, all I do is bring it to my child, my entire family. Okay? Like I said there and say, we live in a very, very small town. So if I ain't got nothing to hide from my family, my small town, why should I hide anything when it comes to these YouTubers? So you can't hold nothing over me. Dox me. Dox me. I even would give you my name. So dox me. And I promise you, when you dox me and threaten me, all I do is just go ahead and give it to my doggone sister or my son. That's it. That's all I do. You think I'm going to play with you guys? You think I'm going to sit there and go back and holler at you guys? The things that you guys are accusing me, I don't know nothing what's going on. I do not go on you guys' channel. I don't go on you guys' channels. I do not go on your channel. I don't know what's going on unless it's sent to me. But like I said, I was not talking about that. Whoever sitting there accusing me, they wanted to put themselves in that. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't talking about them, but I guess they feel bad because they know I wasn't talking about them. But like I said there and say, we are grown women. Whatever I have to say, I don't sit there and have to go behind your back. How I feel, I'm going to let you know. This stuff is petty. Like I say, it got enough room for everybody. But when it comes to these reality shows, we need to stay on these reality shows. Stop worrying about what's going on in these people's personal business. If they want to go out there and make a plum fool of themselves, then let them do it. Then let them do it. But don't go around and sitting there and thinking that you can do the same things that you accuse the millimeters. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. Because like I said there and say, people will put you in the lion's den, just like they did Martell. Why you think I always goes for the underdog? I always goes for the underdog because I know what I've been through. When I saw Destiny was arrested behind her business, I cried because that was me. I could have been there. I could have been in prison today, messing with my own people. Messing with my own people, going out there worrying about somebody else's business. Like I said there and say, don't be jealous of other people's business. Every last one of us got talent. But we can't sit there and tear down somebody else up in order to elevate yourself. I can relate to everybody that's been through on that show. This is how I start my channel, to keep my mind together, thinking that, oh, I'd rather get my mind off of my personal business and come on here, not knowing that half of the people was just as worse. These people just as worse because they hide behind a computer. But like I say, I have nothing to hide. I live a very soft life, don't want for anything. And the ones know me knows me. And they know, even the ones in my town, they knows me. I don't have to come out and toot my horn. But when you tell my story, tell it right. Because I overcame. I know my testimony, how I overcame. And I'm not ashamed of my testimony. Because my testimony, like I say, can help somebody else. I am an overcomer, especially when it comes to businesses. There's a lot of stuff that we can teach each other when it comes to businesses. But our people, some of them don't even want to know anything about business because we have a thirst when it comes to drama. I can tell you the ins and the outs. I can tell you how to start up a business. But when you get people into your life, make sure you got people that's close to your heart. Because we got a lot of people that will come in. They'll come in with a smile, but they are snakes. And I got a lot of snakes on this channel right here. We got a lot of people that they'll laugh all in your face, but they'll stab you in your back. You'll know the real ones. Because the real ones, they're going to go through the fire with you. But we got a lot of snakes. We got a lot of people, they don't want it. And they don't want nobody else to have it. I tell them my job is, if I don't own it, I don't want it. I tell them to take your eyes off of me and put your eyes on God. Because when God bless me, he can bless you. Blessings does not stop. But we got to stop being jealous. So like I said there and say, ain't nobody can sit there and pull nothing over me. Because my life is an open book. When I came on, I don't have to hide behind a computer. I don't have to threat. I don't have to dox. This is me. So anything that you want to know about my life, all you have to do is come and ask me. Don't sit there and threaten me. Don't sit there and say, I'm going to dox her. I got a boatload. Put it out. Put it out. But I promise you, you better make sure you know exactly what you do, because that is, to me, that is cyberbullying. That's harassment. Because if you want to know anything, just say, D, tell me about, what's going on. I could tell you. But that's just to show you we're dealing with some sick people. mentally sick people. And you can't sit there and say, oh, why, I don't jump from channel to channel. I don't do that. I got a life. I promise you, once I get off of this platform, once I close this up, I'm off of this computer. Now, I may go on Michelle straight from the A. That's who I watch. I like to watch Michelle. I ain't going to tell you no lie. I like Michelle straight from the A. I don't, comment, but I love watching her. And the reason why I love watching her because I followed her from Twitter. Started with Real Housewives of Atlanta. But all this stuff right here, Thursday, oh, I got exclusive news. Oh, that. I ain't into that. I don't get off of nobody else's downfall. I don't get into that. So if I don't get into that, why would I set on their panel? And you see, you could tell you got a bunch of trolls because now you sitting there, you speaking the truth. Now they want to start falling down. Not all of a sudden, I had almost close to 60 people in here. Now I'm down to 40. Because people, they got itchy ears. That's why you got to try people by the fire. We all got a story. We all got a testimony. Ain't none of us have it all together. And if you feel that you walk a uprighteous life, keep living, boo-boo. Or you better run straight to the altar. Because we all got a past. We all got a testimony. But I can tell you right now how they threw me in the pit and God took me to the palace. Because everything that they took from me, they had to return it back 7 times. Where now I'm sipping off of the salsa. Sipping off of the salsa. I don't have to open up my account and show you my account. I don't have to tell you who my children is. I don't have to show you my house. I don't have to sit there and spill my guts to you because I don't know you. You don't have my best interests. But the ones that's come into my life, I allow to come in my life. My life is an open book. My life is an open book. So miss me with the BS. Miss me with the BS because like I said, my life is a living testimony. I have overcame by the blood of the Lamb. When I come on here, trust me, I can tell you my testimony, how I overcame. And that's real talk. So don't come out there and tell me, oh, you threatened me. Devil, you's a liar and the truth is not on you, in you. Don't even come out with stuff like that. If you want to know anything about me, you ask me. I have nothing to hide. And that's real talk. That's real talk. So miss me with the BS. Siren Saunders says, checking your boot is the same, sis, that my opinion, but we can't let these shows get angry about this. We agree to disagree is a show for us to discuss. And I hope they do. But I don't think that when it comes to this show right here, I think that they're just going to have to just revamp. They're just going to have to just start all over. But if I was the Scots, ain't nowhere in the world I could continue with this. I couldn't continue with this because they allowed this to be evil spoken of. And anything that you say, I promise you, it's going to be used against you. You're going to see a surge of lawsuits. I promise you. A surge of lawsuits. Lady D said that's what I was trying to get them to see in another chat. I gave up. I even told I saw it. The video was sent to me. I saw it, and when they thought I was seeing it, I didn't see it. I saw it last night. But I did see it, and I thank you for taking up. Like I said, they say, and it. You guys go wherever you want to go. I go wherever I want to go. Like I said, nobody have no business to be jealous of nobody. We grown people. We are grown people. But like I said, I promise you, as God is my witness, I was not talking about that girl. I was not talking about her. But she put herself in that. Chicken Bill say, Lady D, that's what I was trying to get them to see, another chat. I gave up. I even told them to look up the definition of slander and read the transcripts. Is slander without evidence? Absolutely. Also, Sparkles is in the house. Say, I don't believe those lies Tisha told about Martell. People want to believe the worst about Martell. If Tisha knew this to be true, she would have said it right then. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's you. It does not work in a code of law. It does not work in a code of law. You can sit there and say a person came and told you something that you didn't like, then you leave and you come back. You after you done thought about it, figure out how to sit there and pull up his dirt. It don't work like that. Now, if she would have sat there and said it right then and there, it was all right. But I truly believe this right here, Martell, the ball is in Martell's hands. Martell has a lawsuit. And if I was Martell, what I would do, since she said it on Caller's platform, I would go after him as well and his business, everything that Caller's King got. I would go after Caller's King. That's what they do. They go after the big fish before they get the little fish. Because she spoke it, but then again, Caller's King sat there and say allege. Caller's King say allege. So he was covering himself. But Tisha fell for the bait. So I don't know if they can go after Caller's King, because Caller's King did say alleging. She said, no, this is not alleged. So right there, he can take you to court and go after your business. And like I said, you putting it in his lap. They already upset because you took their business and you told him, Martell, that it was in the red and you made it a $1 million business. That's jealousy right there. So right there, the people sit there and say, look, okay, I'm going to set you up to get the business back. I'm going to sue the hell out of you. You guys got too much to lose. Too much to lose. They can come for everything because they feel that you came for what they had, so they can come back on you. Come on, guys. Y'all too smart for that. It don't take a child to figure this out. I promise you. Checking Blue say, yes, Letitia has the audacity to check Martell for being disrespectful. And Marcel has disrespected so many times since season 1. He said that she was jealous of Martell's ex and he went to Africa. Absolutely. I talked about that. Absolutely. Left to go to Africa by himself. And when he decided to take his family, you don't see where they put it on the show. Why they didn't put Martell and Tisha and the children going to the motherland? Because they don't care about that. They don't care about that. These reality shows all about division, tearing down Black families. That's all it's about. That's all about. But like I said, if you're going to go after Martell, then you're going to have to go after Melody, because Melody did the most. Melody the one sat there and put your family out there. Martell came and he apologized. I don't have to be clear. You can read the transcript. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about. The teacher did not want Marcel to go to Africa without her, but he went anyway. Absolutely. 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 But like I said, and I'm going to continue saying, a man is only going to do what you allow him to do. A man is only going to do what you allow him to do. And if you allow the man to disrespect you, then he's going to go ahead and do it. But when he do it on a national platform for the entire world to see, to make other people, come out with different contents and for laughing and kiki and disrespecting you, that says a lot about you. I don't consider this right here as entertainment. I consider it as a minstrel show. That's what I said. And as you can see, Tisha, you've been duped. Letitia finally had a season where she was on a cruise, and then she had her lowest moment yesterday. Well, absolutely. That's what the devil do. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That's what the devil do. The devil will sit there and he will lift you up, and then before you know it, he will pull the prop right from under you. That's exactly what he do. And she fell for it. She fell for it. But it's sad when your own husband who's supposed to protect you, put his wife out there in harm's way. Every time you look, when Tisha be somewhere, he's right there. Why he wasn't right there? Because Martell disrespected his wife. He should have been on that platform with Tisha as well. But they set her up. And that's my opinion. They set her up. Because all the while he was sitting there, oh babe, don't say that, babe. You a lady. Don't go low with them. That's what he would say. But he allowed his wife to come out there because they wanted it to be for entertainment. These people don't take nothing for entertainment. These people take it and they run with it. And if I was Martell, they done put their foot long enough on Martell. If I was Martell, like I said, I'd get the ball rolling. Ain't no way in the world I'd drop that ball. And you know he gonna get the ball rolling. I truly believe. And if I don't tell you guys nothing ever again, and you all know when I tell you something, you can take it to the bank. And this is my opinion. I truly believe that Martell and Melody set this up and they played it. They played it very well because Tisha fell for the bait. That's exactly how they're going to get their business back, because they're going to sit there and they're going to make sure that they take it all away, because you don't sit there and accuse a person unless you was there. And they all set her up. Carlos King say a legend. She said, no, I'm not going to say a legend. So if you don't say a legend, the only thing that I can say, and I hope it's true, she was right there. That's the only way that she's going to be able to swim her way out of that. If I don't tell you nothing else, trust me, unless Tisha was there, if you wasn't actually there, because you can't go by he say, she say, it'll get you there to the door, and it may get you in the door, because that's how it happened with my business. Oh, she did this. He say, she say. But once they start unraveling it and they go sit there and say, show us the proof. Once you get to the judge, the DA, yes, I'm saying they can spin it all kinds of ways. But then you got to have your defense attorney to make him prove that. The burden is on you. The burden is not on the plaintiff. The burden is on you. So if you're going out there and you're accusing somebody of doing something, you're going to have to prove it. And if you ain't got nothing to show for that this person made you do this person you saw did this, then you're going to get in the world of trouble. You're going to get in the world of trouble. So like I said there and say, that's bad money that you got to spend that can go to your children. But now you got to sit there and give it back to the white man, because I promise you, that's where it's going with attorney fees. They know exactly how to get their money back. I would have sat there and I would have said a legend. She came across to me as a Tasha K. I bet you Tasha K wish she would have said allegedly. But everybody wants to sit there and front in front of the cameras. Man, social media is a beast. Social media is a beast. A&A Twin says, girlfriend don't matter, she hurt, but nobody said that about Martell until now. Tisha and her mom. Wow. If I was Martell, they would pay for my attorney fees too. Oh, they're going to have to. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. Like I say, I've been through this. That's why I said they say people don't have to dox me. If you want to know anything about me, ask me. I've been through all this. Going to court, to court, to court. But you got to prove it. If you can't prove a person made you do this or made you say that or you was on the scene, that person coming back and they're going to sue you. They're going to come back and sue you. Or you're going to settle out. And they been wanted their business back. Scoped. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? Why? Why? Like I say, what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your daggone mind? You could never build a solid foundation or material possessions like building a house on sinking sand. These people don't like you. I had to find the hard way that these people don't like me. I had to sit there and start cutting grass in order to see the snakes. But one thing about the truth needs no defending. And if you, what Tisha said, it was the truth, then you had to actually see it, because you can't go by a hearsay. When you putting those type of allegations out, you're going to have to make sure that you got facts written on stone. You're going to have hardcore facts. So all you guys was together just swinging. That's the only way that you're going to be able to swim your way out, unless you sit there and say that, and that's real talk. Checking your boots, I keep saying humans are flawed and flicker. Yes, absolutely. Soon as you don't dance to their tune, you will see dragons. Absolutely. Why do you think I come out and I fight as hard as I do? Some of that stuff was triggering me. I've been through a lot of stuff, you know? But some people put themselves in that. If I don't have to put myself in harm's way, shoot, I'm going the other way. Tisha put herself in the lion's den. Because the time when they was in the rain, they didn't say one mumbling word. But all of a sudden, they got so much wind. So much wind. And that's real talk, guys. It can't get no clearer than this. And you wondering why people don't like me? But like I said, the truth need no defending. The truth hurts. The truth is like surgery. Nobody wants surgery. Nobody wants their heart open. Everybody wants their ears to be tickled. But I can't tell you anything that I never been through. I've been through it. I've been through what Tisha, Melody, every last one of them. I could take a piece out of this. So who can tell it better than the ones that been through it? My life is an open book, guys. This is my ministry. And when I say this is my ministry, it means that the Most High God is not going to allow me to go through anything or tell you anything unless I've been through it. I've been through it. And I could tell you how people can put you in the lion's den. But just like they did Joseph, my story was like a Joseph. From the lion's den to the palace. And when my enemies came to me and apologized, I sat there and said, God, I put it in your hands. I put it in your hands. I had to go through the process. But thank God that my soul was anchored in the Lord. Because one of my friends that came on, I'm going to show you, I'm going to bump the video. When she had told me, she said, you got to be mad with God. You got to be mad with God. I say, nope. I didn't understand, but I say, nope. Because I sat there and say, if God give it to me, God going to see me through it. And God saw me through everything that I went through. So anytime when these outsiders, these bottom feeders that don't know me and trying to sit there and thinking that they can throw dirt on me, my life is an open book. I live in a very, very small town, very small town. And I was good to my town, good to my people. But like I said there and say, people look at your glory, but they don't know your story. We got to stop being so jealous. We got to stop being tearing down. We got to stop being so addicted to other people's downfall. I'm not like that, guys. When I see my brother is down, I'm going to pick my brother up. I don't tear nobody down because what goes around come around. Because when you start digging ditches, you better make sure you dig one for yourself. You better make sure you dig one for yourself because what goes around comes around. But what I can sit there and say, when it comes to Letitia was caught in the crossfire. Letitia was caught in the crossfire. The devil did not want it, Melody. The devil sure didn't want it, Marcel. The devil had Martell. And we don't even need to talk about Carlos King. But he wanted Tisha. He wanted Tisha. And the only way that he was able to get to Tisha had to get through that hedge of protection. And who is the head of protection? Her husband. It reminds me of Job. When Satan had to get permission. Satan had to get permission to attack Job. And see, we look at, when we talk about the devil, we talk about some little hocus pocus red devil with a pitchfork. No. That's a whitewash lie. Ain't no devil under the ground. Sometimes you're sleeping with the devil. Sometimes you're sleeping with the devil. That's why I tell you, when you read the Bible, you got to know how to break it apart, rightfully divide it. Okay? When Satan went to God and told God, move that hedge of protection around Job, and I promise you I'm going to get him. That hedge of protection with his wife. He got through his wife because his wife told Job, curse God and die. Curse God and die. I told you guys that Satan is not what you think he is. And the only way that he was able to get through Tisha, he had to get through her husband. I'm going to bump that video up too because I said that. But see, they take my words and it go in one ear and it comes out the other. But no, they don't. They take it and they make commentary off it. But I told you guys, I sat there and say, the only way that the devil could come through and tear down what Tisha and Marcel have built is through themselves. And they tore it themselves. They ain't got nobody to blame. They don't have nobody to blame but themselves. Because you know how we like to blame Dottie, Squatty, and everybody? Just like Tisha. Tisha said there and say, I have anxiety. How they treat me. And she say, people, how they. Who is they, Tisha? Who is they? We are now going into the year of 2025. Put a face to everything. Put a face to everything. We got these platforms that's coming up. If you want to see truth, if they can't show their face now and then, don't even go on that channel. If they got to hide themselves 24/7, don't go over the channels. Because like I say, let your light shine. The only way that you're going to sit there and tell me anything, you're going to have to let your light shine. You can't keep taking your light and put it under the bushel. We're now going into what I call a show me state. You're going to have to show me what you're working with. Don't sit there and be all buff. Don't sit there and try to tear people down behind the computer. Let your light shine. Hell. But it's sad, guys, how we allow When God bless us with so much, how God bless us so much, and we'll tear it all down. We'll tear it all down. And that's exactly what Tisha and Marcel is doing. I told you guys, if Tisha and Marcel put their marriage to be sacrificed, much is given, much is required. Because one thing that we know, the devil does not play fair. Look at Carlos King. Look at his face. Look at his face. He was so happy. I mean, his mouth. I had one picture where his mouth was this big, because that's what the devil do. He takes you and he swallow you up. He swallows her up. He swallowed her up. And now you see today, Tisha's is in the belly of the whale. The belly of the whale, because now Martell got the ball in his hands. Martell got the ball in his hands. And I promise you, he gonna ride it like like a wild bull. He gonna ride it like a wild bull. Because now, like I said, he ain't got nothing to lose. Martell don't have nothing to lose. Every time when he tried businesses, it was sabotage, people harassing him and doxing him. He ain't got nothing to lose. But you had something to lose. Tisha got a son right now about to go to college. They got a lot to lose. And they know people never wanted to see them with anything. So all she's doing is giving it right back and putting it in their hands. And even if Martell is now with Ariana, I promise you, he's going to give a large cut of whatever he get, because he can get something now. He can get something now. He going to give it to Melody, because they all in it together. That's how I see it. They all in it together. They all in it together. They got exactly what they wanted. They played the Scots like a freaking fiddle, and they fell for it. Put them in the lion's den, and they fell for it. But it's sad when you got your better half didn't protect. And the Most High God, I got 8 more minutes. The Most High God is going to see Tisha out, because he saw Tisha's heart. And all Tisha got to do, because Tisha got a forgiveness heart. All she got to do is make it right. Make it right. But God is going to deal with Marcel. God is going to deal with Marcel, because you put your better half in harm's way. You see, when it came, like I say, with the Bible, they better not mess me with when it comes to the Bible. Because the word of God is in me. All I have to do is open my mouth. All those stories that you see is happening today. So the Most High God is not going to hold Tisha. He going to see Tisha out of it. He going to hold Marcel, just like with Adam and Eve, how we was told the story. God didn't hold Eve. He held Adam. That's the reason why he kicked them out, because of Adam. He gave Adam dominion. Martell, he was the man of his household. He was supposed to protect his family. So the Most High God is going to hold Marcel for it. But all Tisha got to do right now, all she have to do is just go back and apologize, because this is not worth it. This is not worth it. Putting your life out there for other people entertainment. I don't give a care if you get paid. Like I said, much is given, much is required. All you have to do right now is just go and make it right. God got Marcel. God got Marcel. And one thing that I know, God don't play when it comes to his children. Now, what came out of Tisha's mouth, that was flesh, all flesh. She was all in her feelings. That's not look, God can work with that. God can work with that because he searches her heart. Tisha got a pure heart, and that's what he works with, her heart. And he gonna see her out of it. He gonna see her out of it. But all I could sit there and say right now, the devil only can come through of when you open the door, and he can tire you down, and that's real talk. So hey, A&A twins, sorry for I saw you earlier. Thank you for coming in. Also checking your booth says among the care 6 IMO, the dominant spouse are Maurice, Marcel, and was Melody. Kimmy, Letitia, and Martell are the flexible spouses slash ex spouses. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if they get to Marcel, they was going to get to Tisha and Kimmy. They knew that. They played them out, but it backfired. You got your wife out there looking like a freaking fool. It backfired. Yes, Tisha got and we're going to pray. We're going to pray for Tisha. We're going to pray for Tisha, and we're going to pray that God open up her eyes. And when God speak to her, that she will make the right decisions, and anything that is not to edify and to lift her up, then God bless them but remove them. Bless them but remove them. Because nowhere in the world that these people should be on a major platform and allow the entire world to go ahead and pick it apart. And I pray right now in the name of Jesus, I pray right now, God, that you will make every crooked way straight. And I pray that these people will sit there and separate themselves and come out of this right here. Leave these reality shows alone. Leave all that alone. And they continue doing what they're doing and work on their own business that you have blessed them. And I pray right now, God, in the mighty name of Jesus, that you would make this right. And even when it comes to everyone that's on this platform, God, I pray right now that we would do what's right, God. Let us be able to do what's right. Let us not go around and tear down. If anything, Lord, let us be able to build up. And even if we watch these shows right here, oh God, let us watch it for entertainment purpose only. And let us not get so involved when it comes to these people's life, God. But we pray right now, God, in Jesus Christ's name, because this have become too much. This is too much. So guys, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it out, but only what you do for God is going to last. All this right here is just what I call a modern day minstrel show. That's all it is. Ain't nothing good is going to come out of this. Nothing good. So you can go ahead and close me out, country girl, because I'm done. And like I say, when you go and tell a story, tell it right. Go and tell it right. Because see, we got a lot of snakes in here. They like to run with the story. But God, when they go out there and they tell a lie, meet them on that road called Damascus. That road to Damascus is called the road of destruction. Meet them right there. Meet them right there. So like I said, don't let your goods be evil spoken of. And I'm going to leave you with this. Don't cast your pearls to swines. Tisha. Y'all keep Tisha and everybody else. Keep them in prayer. Keep them in prayer, especially Tisha, because I truly believe that Tisha was set up, and I'm not going to change it. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and God bless you all. And you all be blessed. And like I said, in here is real talk, unapologetic, and non-biased. I'm not